right, guys, let's welcome Crow and Tyler from Capra to New Pod here, KNOTFEST.com. Ladies and gentlemen, how are we doing today?
Doing great.
Doing great. We're happy to be here.
Awesome. Well, we are a new metal podcast here on KNOTFEST.com, and just kind of just a general history of you guys and new metal. We're, growing up listening to it, Gateway, any of that good stuff.
I grew up with it.
Yeah,
that's what I was listening to in the '90s mostly.
Yeah, so they're a little bit older than me. I'm the youngest one in the band, but I still have a similar background.
Right.
And then also where we're from, we don't have a lot of radio stations and stuff because it's a pretty small town.
Right.
So the smaller I guess alternative or rock or metal stations played mostly new metal. So yeah, we have a pretty hefty background.
What town are you guys from, just out of curiosity?
We're from Lafayette, Louisiana. It's about 2 hours west of New Orleans.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Good times down there. Good times down in, at least you can get over to New Orleans pretty easy, right?
Exactly. That's where we have to go for most shows. So.
Right. Nice. All right, so we'll dive into it. Just a simple Elite 8 style bracket, and then we'll determine the best new metal band of all time.
Perfect.
As told by you guys.
Cool.
First, right out the gate, Korn versus Limp Bizkit.
Oh no.
That's such a hard first one.
That was the one I was fearing.
I'm going to channel my inner 15-year-old.
That's what you got to do.
And I feel bad because they're playing today, but I have to say Korn.
I'm a biscuit girl.
All right.
Over here.
That's so hard.
Yeah,
now the band's broke up. Yeah, Capra is no more. All right. All right. So round 2, Deftones versus Disturbed.
Deftones. Sorry, I didn't mean to say it like that. But sorry.
Let's welcome David Draymond. He's here to talk to you guys.
Yeah. Sorry.
No, Deftones. Hey, you got to go with Deftones. There's a definite feel there. System of a Down versus Linkin Park.
We're not going to agree on this one. I know it.
Which one are you saying?
System of a Down.
I'm saying Linkin Park.
Yeah.
What was the go with your? Why would you choose Linkin Park over System?
I like System of a Down. I was a fan for a long time. I think when I heard Hybrid Theory, it was more of a nostalgic life changer for me.
Yeah.
I mean, I honestly love both, so It's not it's just for me. If I had to choose, System was way more a part of my life, in my early teens, than Linkin Park was. But I liked them both,
And then the final one of this one is Slipknot versus Evanescence.
I mean, I gotta say Slipknot.
Slipknot,
or you gotta get out. All right, so we gotta go back because we're keeping going down. So Korn versus Deftones. I believe that was you.
Korn.
And then Limp Bizkit versus Deftones for you.
Oh God. Sorry, I gotta go with Deftones.
That's
Thank you, because we would have been in trouble, I think.
Right. Next round would be System of a Down versus Slipknot.
Slipknot, dude.
All right.
Definitely. Absolutely.
All right.
My answer's also Slipknot.
Okay,
for
so we'll go
the
there.
next one.
All right, so we have Slipknot versus Korn.
I'm going with Korn. They were my first
There we go.
new
That's
metal
fine.
band that I got into. I loved it. When the self-titled Blind changed my whole life,
I know, right?
So, yeah, I'm going with Korn. Jonathan Davis forever.
Yeah, I mean.
And then Slipknot versus Deftones. All right?
Yeah, I know. This is. It's tough, dude.
No, I probably shouldn't have put Slipknot on the list because everybody
this to yourself.
Everybody feels so
no,
bad.
I know I did. I should have made it an easier choice. Yeah, I don't. Oh God. It's my 2 older brothers are arguing in my head right now. Is what's happening.
They're just punching you right now.
Oh God. I gotta say Deftones.
That's been a popular pick. They've actually won a bunch of these brackets. So.
Yeah, I love them.
Kind of go back to what you said with Blind kind of changing your life, and I'll kind of give a personal story on that one too. Is I remember the first time putting on that CD and not knowing what it was. I had seen a picture of Head in a magazine, never heard of them before, and the CD came out and put it on, and I hear that ride symbol, and then the build up, and then the Are You Ready? And I'm I'm absolutely ready.
The
Let's go.
heaviest riff you had heard as a kid.
I'm so ready.
Because
the album art with her sitting on the swing and the shadow, it got me.
There was at the time, I was listening to Biohazard and Faith No More. There was a lot of bands going on, but Korn just kind of brought it all together in one nice little package.
Exactly.
And then they spawned a whole,
I agree.
Unlike anybody else.
Yeah.
Ever, really.
They're definitely responsible for a lot of what happened, and I think that's why they're my top.
Yeah. Yeah, and then obviously you can't go wrong with Deftones. I mean, Deftones, again, like I've said it many times over the last few days.
It's just a deep cut for me.
Yeah,
Really,
I mean, this is the
So many good albums.
if you're emotional and it gets into those veins.
Yeah, and I'm emotional.
And it's a tough one because it's like Adrenaline did the same thing for me.
Yeah.
First time I heard Adrenaline, there's the raw guitars and there's the way that album sounded as a whole was phenomenal.
Yeah.
I can still go back to it to this day and it holds up.
Yeah, Deftones, they've definitely got into a lane of themselves, but like they just know how to make just the perfect riff, and then Chino kind of comes in and just croons to you, and it's a good time.
Myself up about Limp Bizkit. I knew this was gonna hurt.
So painful. So the song "Human Commodity" is out now.
Yes.
I don't know how deep and dark we've got into the lyrics and things like that. I mean, just kind of talk a little bit about the song and what it means to you, and like what we're saying here.
Yeah, so in a lot of ways, I think a lot of bands would say this about their second album, is Errors is a lot of almost a sequel to In Transmission, kind of. So Human Commodity for me is kind of like an expansion on what Red Guillotine was.
Yeah.
And then also was just such an incredible song to record. Like, it was like the best experience. It was like one of my favorite songs that I've written. Incredible experience with Candice from Walls of Jericho. She's just an amazing person, extremely professional as well. So it was like way easier than I could have even imagined. But yeah, it's definitely a song that's way near and dear to my heart. I have a tendency to be like angry all the time and in everything I do. So that's definitely a love letter, to my temper. And yeah, that's basically.
I like how you keep looking over. You're like, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I mean, well,
Saying it better than I would.
If you said it, then that probably wouldn't sound so great. But
with the temper, are we talking like who left the toothpaste? Toothpaste
No.
open.
I think it's more so just like a comedic way for me to talk about how I stand up for myself.
Yeah.
Just things like that. I think that for a long time I was kind of somebody that just let things happen, and I think that this album is a lot more of me allowing myself to be angry at people who've hurt me, or allowing myself to, kind of compartmentalize different things and not constantly need to make excuses for other people. Basically, that's where I'm at on this one.
Nice. How did working with Candice come along?
What's that?
How did working with Candice come along?
Well, we had the idea to add a guest vocalist, and then we went through a couple of people, and Candice was at the top of the list for me in particular. So we reached out to Ryan Williams, and he sent her an email, and she was like, "Yeah, I'll do it." After hearing it, and it's surreal to me, I got into Walls of Jericho so long ago. They were one of the first hardcore bands that I really listened to, just watching Hellfest DVDs over and over and over and over again, and it's cool that this has just come full circle.
Yeah.
So Errors out October 6th. I mean, you guys just have to be like chomping at the bit to get this out.
I'm ready.
It's like, let's go.
We started writing it a little bit before In Transmission came out.
Yeah.
So we've been holding on to it forever. We've been playing a few of the new ones live, but I'm ready to just switch it into that gear.
Yeah, nice. You also got the Deftones Festival coming up, so obviously, you're allowed in still, you're not.
I'm
kind of talk about, getting that call for obviously a festival, curated by those guys.
Yeah, it was like an email that we got one day, and they just asked us some questions about.
They asked if we were interested, and it's like, yes,
yeah.
of course we're
I
interested.
don't want to get my hopes up, because if I get all excited and it doesn't end up working out, I'm never going to forgive myself. So I kind of just stopped thinking about it for until we got the confirmation, and whenever we did confirm it, I was like walking on air. Like, I'm so stoked about this. What's really cool about it is it's a pretty intimate festival as well. So that's what I'm really looking forward to. I like that it's always a mixed bill. I feel like it's super outside of the box. It's a very different kind of
festival.
I'm totally stoked.
Same. So many cool bands playing that fest. And it's just one stage, one day. So, I get to see Pinback too. That's awesome.
Yeah, and obviously, Hear Louder Than Life. I mean, any bands today you guys are, make sure you have to check it out.
Oh, yeah, so LB.
LB?
Definitely Limp Bizkit. I want to check out Kitty. I was happy that I got to see Wargasm, because I've been trying to catch them, and it's not easy to catch them where we're from, And then
no Lafayette, Louisiana. No Lafayette shows for the Wargasm tour.
Not quite. No. And then Godsmack. We're gonna go check out Godsmack as a family.
There we go. Well, all right, guys. Let's once again thanks Capra for sitting down with us here. KNOTFEST.com. Louder Than Life 2023, new pod, all the good stuff, man.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Absolutely.
Yeah, thank you.